Hey guys, in this video we're going to be talking about the appraisal gem and how you can use it to test against multiple versions of your dependencies. So this is really cool because if you're building a gem like devise or my notifications library, you're going to want to try and build your gem to support multiple different Rails versions. Rails is going to change though, and that's going to make your exceptions in your library a little bit hard to test. Especially if you have to say, we're just going to test against Rails 6 or the latest version, then you're not really testing your older versions of Rails. So the appraisal gem allows you to specify different gem files and run your tests multiple times against each one of those gem files so that you can test across all those versions of your dependencies. So I wanted to show you guys this because I looked into it for adding support for Rails 5.2 and earlier to the notifications gem that I made and noticed, and I wanted to walk you through how I set it up. And unfortunately, as it turns out, the active job stuff in Rails 5.2 and earlier don't support things like symbols and serializing those very well. So unfortunately, it doesn't look like we're going to be using that, but I did want to show you how you can set up the appraisal gem. So it's pretty straightforward. You're going to go into your gem, you go into your gem spec, and you will add this as a development dependency at the bottom. So these are dependencies kind of like in your gem file when you have the group development. These are gems that you add to your gem spec only for testing your gem. That's not something that the application using your gem has to use. So this is just for development. So then we can run bundle to install that from our gem spec. It knows that that gem is something that we're going to use. And then you can go and create an appraisals file in your repository. So we can say appraisals. Then we can paste in our different appraisals. So in our case, we want to test against Rails 6.0, and we would want to put in the Rails version here, so Rails 6.0, and we can write any gem dependency like we normally would. And then we can go through and add our other ones. So we might want to test against Rails 5.2. We might also want to test against Rails 5.1, and we can add that in here as well. Now the appraisals gem is going to keep track of this stuff for us, and it's going to create multiple gem files out of these different appraisals that we've defined here. So that's going to allow us to group those things together, and then we can run the bundle exec appraisal install command as part of that, and it will go through and try to install all of those gems. But you'll notice here that it couldn't find a compatible version of Rails for Rails 5.2 because our gem is set to Rails 6 and higher. So it's actually using that gem spec that we have defined and running the bundle against this. So right now we're too strict on a Rails version, and we'd actually have to drop this down to say Rails 5.1 or higher if we want our gem to appraise against these. Your dependency requirements in your gem spec for the gem must allow these versions that we're going to test against. So now if we change that, we can run bundle exec appraisal install. That's going to generate the separate gem files, and then run bundle to install all of the gems for those accordingly. So once that's done, you can actually run your tests using the appraisal command. So you say bundle exec appraisal rake test, or whatever your test command is, and that will go and try and run your code against all of those different gem files. So it will run the test suite 3 times, switching out the Rails dependency for each one of those. So here you can see that the first time worked because we're running Rails 6 as the first appraisal, works just fine. Then we start to run the Rails 5.2 gem file, and we get an unknown version 6.0. So now we need to go through and actually update our code in our library to run against the older versions of Rails that we added for our test suite. And what we need to do in here is go into our test dummy Rails app. So the reason it's complaining is under our test folder, we have a dummy Rails app to test our integration with. Because this gem's for notifications with Rails, so we have a real Rails app, database and stuff that we can test against. And inside of application.rb, Rails sets the load defaults to the current version of Rails that you generated the app with. And in our case, we can actually go and do something a little bit different. We want to change this number from the hard-coded 6.0 to match the version of Rails that we're testing against. So what's kind of cool about this, let's put a buy bug in here, and I'll show you what we can do. So currently it's set to 6.0, but we need to make that dynamic. So let's just run rake so that we can test this against just one test suite for the Rails 6 version. And to get the Rails version, we can say Rails : version in all caps. This is going to give us back the version object. Now, you might be wondering, how do I access the actual version number here? And this is one of the things that I want to point out. You can go to GitHub really easily, and go to Rails/Rails, and when you run into one of these situations where you don't know what to do exactly, go to the Rails repository and look it up, and then you can see the source code for it. You don't have to worry about trying to find the correct docs or the Stack Overflow posts. Go directly to the source and figure it out. So if we go to this, we can just look for a version file, and immediately we get version.rb. Well, there we go. This is probably what we want. So if we look in here, we got the module Rails, module version. We have access to the major, minor, tiny, pre, and string version of it, which is combining all of those. And we also have Rails.gem version, which will give us a gem version of that, which is actually super cool. So if we say Rails.gem version, that should give us gem version 6.0.3.2, which is what I'm using right now. Now, what's really awesome about the gem version objects are that you can give them a string, a version for any gem, any library that matches that Ruby gem formatting. And you can say, let's compare against maybe 5.0, for example. So we can actually compare Rails.gem version is greater than 5.0. True. So it knows how to compare these. It breaks down each of those numbers to the major, minor versions and the patch versions and all that. And it knows how to compare these objects. So rather than trying to compare strings, which may not work, especially if you have like .alpha and .beta and that sort of thing, if your version numbers follow the format, you can use this object to make them comparable. So it's pretty cool. So we can go through here and we can convert our version into this format that we need here, which is the major and the minor version. We don't need the patch version or anything like that, but we now have access to all those things. And then if we need to run our tests that are only for a certain version, we have that Rails.gem version that we can use and say, hey, if it's greater than version 5, we want to run these tests against that. And that's a great way to make your tests conditional for a feature that you can't use in older versions, but you can in new ones. So what we want to do here is actually change this to Rails version major, and we want to add to that the Rails version minor divided by 10.0. And what that's going to do is take the version minor. So in our case, that could be Rails 5.2. 2 would be the minor version. If we divide by 10 with a floating point version of a 10, then that's going to get us the 0.2 that we need to add to the major version. So this would be able to correctly say 5.2. And then we can just have our Rails app dynamically load the correct defaults for our dummy application. So that's going to make it easier for testing our gem across multiple Rails versions. And as a byproduct, you got to learn a little bit about the gem version class as well. So let's paste this into ByBug and you'll see we get 6.0. If we had version 5.2, it would give us that correctly as well. So if we had 5 plus 2 divided by 10.0, it would give us Rails version 5.2. So that's going to calculate the correct number to pass in there. So now that we have that fixed, we can go back through and run appraisal. We can run individual appraisals as well. So if we run bundle exec appraisal and our test command, that's going to run it across all of them. And we're going to run into things like this, where we depend on the notifications on the action cable test helper. That is something that was added in Rails 6, so we can go in our test and say, if we're testing against Rails 6 and higher, let's go use this, but if we're on lower, maybe we'll skip those tests entirely, and maybe we'll even not enable that feature for Rails 5.2 and lower. So there's all kinds of different things that will need to be done to your code to support multiple versions of Rails, and the appraisal gem makes that really easy. So then if you want to go test these out on an individual case, you can give the appraisal name in your command. So if we say Rails 5.2 and we just want to run the Rails 5.2 test suite, this is going to say, let's run the bundle gem file command so that it tells it the correct gem file to load when we run bundle exec rake test. And that's going to grab all of those gems and run Rails 5.2 in our test suite. So then we can repeatedly run this, fix all of the things that we need, and get our gem working with that. So really that's all there is to appraisal. It's now, once it's set up, it's up to you to go through and make sure that your test suite works across all of those different versions of dependencies that you're trying to test against. A lot of times that is Rails, but it might be any other gem as well. It could be that you're building an integration with Redis and you want to make sure that it works against all the versions of the Redis gem, or at least a subset of them. And this tool is really nice to be able to do that. Then in your test suites on CI, you can just change your rake test command to appraisal rake test and use appraisal there on CI so that you can have all of those run when you push that to your CI, which is great. They even have an example of doing this where you can run your test suite on the latest version by default, but then when you are on CI, you could set an environment variable, like if you're on Travis, you can have env Travis, and then it will run appraisal instead on CI. So there's a lot of cool things you can do with this, but basically this is managing your gem files for you, so you don't have to, and then it's just running all of your test suite against those separate gem files. It's a really cool idea, works really well, and is very, very easy to set up, as you can tell. So that is it for this episode on appraisal. I hope it helps give you an idea on how you can make gems work with more versions of Rails and actually fully test it across all of them. So you don't have to just guess and hope that it works on the older versions, even though you're testing against just the newer versions. So this allows you to test across them all. So that is it for this episode. I will talk to you guys later. Peace.